Alone. I'm all alone.
Oke, jumpa lagi bersama saya Didi Wicaksono di atas Kudang, dan ini adalah Tales of Arise gameplay yang ke-23. Dan kita sudah berhasil melawan setidaknya kroconya dari siapa ya namanya ya? Aduh, lupa lagi. Andrea atau something gitu. Yang kita akhirnya dibunuh oleh salah satu lord yang datang ke situ, yang ternyata juga adalah mystery swordsman, dan gue juga lupa lagi namanya, lord apa gitu. Dan akhirnya kita sedikit mengetahui memori dari Alven, di mana dia adalah seorang sovereign. Nah, kalau yang itu saya ingat. Okay, without further ado, let's go and play. Oke, jadi kita terdampar di sebuah pulau yang sepertinya di Ganath Haros. Your livestock has reached maturity. Tapi gimana caranya kita ke livestock kalau misalkan kita terdampar? Atau ya mungkin tidak perlu ada plot untuk menuju ke sana. Ya, sepertinya kita akan menuju ke arah sini untuk reuni dengan rekan-rekan kita yang terdampar juga.
Niori. Shion. Hi. Damn it.
Waduh, ada ini lagi. Ya udah. Alright, mari kita lanjut. Ya, teman-teman kita yang satu ini besar dan dia double back. Oke, air, dan dia sepertinya punya armor. Tugas yang berat sekali untuk Sion. Untuk Alven. Tapi jangan khawatir karena kita punya banyak. Menarik sekali. Kita sama sekali nggak punya satupun art yang berhubungan dengan api. Habis lah. Berarti kita nggak bisa ngeluarin ini ya. Anyway, nggak apalah. Shockwave Slash kita ganti menjadi yang paling enak itu Lightning Thrust sudah, Iron Cleaver, Shockwave Slash, Sonic Thrust, Mega Sonic Thrust, Howling Azure Storm. Kayaknya banyak kan air yang ada di sini ya, jadi Double Demon Fang, Dragon Swarm. Hop. Aduh, mati gua. Oke, satu aja.
Mega Sonic Thrust! Lightning Thrust! Mega Sonic Thrust! You're mine! You're finished! Be still! Mirage! Take this! You're
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mirage! This one's all mine! Blow away! Here I come! It's over! Eat dirt!
Gak ada apinya.
I'm not done! Dazzle! Mirage! You're mine! It's over! Dazzle! Mirage! Take this!
Ouch. Jadi lama sekali lawannya.
Be still! Mirage! It's over!
Dan ini dia.
Dragon Swarm!
Double Demon Fang aja.
Double Demon Fang! It's over. Raining Dragon Swarm.
Okay.
This one's all mine. Mirage, eat dirt. You're mine. It's over. Raining
Okay.
Double Demon Fang.
Double Demon Fang.
Take this. It's over. Lightning Thrust.
Oop, nyaris.
Raining Slash. You're mine.
Oh.
Take this. Dragon Swarm. Dragon Swarm. Double Demon Fang. You're mine.
All right.
Double Demon Fang. Raining Slash. Double Demon Fang. It's too much.
Oh, it's too much. Sayang sekali ya. Susah sekarang jadi ngelawannya.
This should do it. Double Demon Fang.
Oh, hampir mati.
Flew away.
Sekarang dia ngejar.
This should do it. Double Demon. This one's all mine. Eat dirt.
Susah sekali. Nggak bisa di down dia.
We did it. Double Demon Fang.
Oke, berhasil.
Double Demon Fang.
Oh, bahaya. Hemat-hemat saja.
Flew away. Double Demon Fang. Here I come. It's over.
Berapa menit tadi? Encok langsung.
Alvin?
Yeah, Rinwell.
Rinwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Tystlim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell. Where are we?
Ganath Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
Baru pertama kali ngerasakan sakit. Ouch.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Rinwell has joined the party. And of Halim. Retired Avenger. Oh, ada Holy Lens. Nice. Kita perlu ini. Boost gods from enemy defeat. Butuh banyak semua yang boost coach ini deh. Apa sih? Anti dragon damage. Wow.
We won.
Make your way to Tystlim. Oke, itu dia.
Speaking of Tystlim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh?
Interesting.
The whole town was built by Danan defectors. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Yes, I cannot touch Sion anymore.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Hey, how do I go there? Hop, hop. Gimana cara kita ke situ? Mungkin kita di tempat berikutnya kali ya. Oh enggak deh. Lu bisa lihat sini. Hehe, dapat right eye patch. Oke, ini saatnya kita bisa ganti outfitnya si Alphen. Berhubung dia sudah tidak punya ini. Asymmetric hair. For attending schools. Oh, oke. Mau jadi ini lagi. Mungkin saatnya pakai yang ini, Midnight Battle Garb. Oke, kita ganti jadi apa ya? Biasa-biasa aja. Mustache, Dogtail, Cattail, Butterfly Wing. Sunglasses. Okay, Red Tropical Corsage.
You're saying we should check
We should check the Owl Forest, maybe.
the Owl Forest?
Ada huhud juga di sini. Oke, mari kita mencari. Hey there,
Alphen!
boy.
Am I glad to see you safe?
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
Waduh, pusing dia.
Something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
Dadadang. Siapakah dia?
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So, So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
Good question.
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through.
Interesting.
By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the Crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300?
Ooh,
But that'd make Alphen...
an old man.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me.
You're so old, you got scripture written
So
about
much for
me.
standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone?
Wah, untung ada Kisara. Kisara up for leadership.
Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Kayaknya gue mesti ganti bajunya Kisara nih. Terlalu distracting. Your party disband.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Mungkin dia dulu adalah hero yang... enggak ding, itu hero 300 tahun lalu. Berarti dia sebelumnya dia. Oke, ya cuman ini doang untuk bisa diganti, nggak bisa dia apain. Ya sudah. Oke, gua mau huhut di mana? There's no huhu. Nggak ada apa-apa di sini. Tystlim. Ya, nama desanya Tystlim. Hey, cow. I had to survive a lot of death around me to get where I am now, both as slave and on my way to this place. All I want now is to live the rest of my days in peace and quiet. So please, don't cause any trouble while you're here. Alright, old man. We're not going to cause a lot of trouble, but a little bit. Where the hell are we? I see all kind of trees around here I don't recognize. Is there any hope for us getting back to Mahaksar? Probably not. Ya, saat ini fast travel nggak bisa. Kita mesti regroup. Tuah seashore itu yang dari tadi. Mari kita mencari si Huhud dulu kali ya. Oke, ngomong dulu sama Kisara.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. So, feel like you're making headway?
All I know is Shion needs our help.
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegus abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegus to help any of her people who survived. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past, be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Character development. Ya, reflect on things. Oh, what's this? Ada apa ini? Oh, kita bisa open. Yay. With live photo. Nice. Ada ikan. Sea bream. Oh, ada sesuatu mungkin di sini. Ya, mari kita merefleksikan diri dengan berenang. Oke, udah ada Huhud di sini.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering.
Yeah, all this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Let's get going. Mari cari dulu yang lain.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan Sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their Sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the Sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term Sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Your count someone
Please,
beneath mine.
no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What needs to be done?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what?
We
What's
will.
gotten into you, man?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, you're in shock, and who wouldn't be? But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire, and I can't guarantee anyone's safety.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? That's the guy I was proud to follow.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring elfin of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Back to the inn. Kita bisa lompat gak? Oh, gak bisa. Sayang sekali. It's not really an inn. It's a cave.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Members who have left, return to your party. Dan kita adalah bumbling fighter extraordinary. Fighter yang banyak ngomong. Inferno Punch. Oh, akhirnya ada api. Awakening Battle Chain bonus. Win a battle while in awakened state. Oke. Oh, udah banyak sih ini, tapi belum menulis semua. Alright. Dan mungkin kita perlu sesuatu yang meningkatkan BG. AG restored, boost cost increase. AG restored, increase boost cost from enemy down. Oke, nggak perlu. 10 hit boost cost increase. Reduce art cast during combo, increase round extension critical damage, increase down damage. BG at battle start. Oke, by perfect guarding, gue perlu BG. Weak point near that, maximum AG, critical damage. Near that, AG restore from critical hits. Ya, aja cukup. Alright. That's it for now.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Oh, monkey.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come. We can't...
Oke. Whoop. Waduh, ini mah. Wah, bakalan ini.
Not even a sing...
Go one through! There's a firm no-Google policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Take this! It's over! Blow away! It's almost too strong. Now you said I'll split it open! Be my guest! You're finished! Raining strike! Dragon Swarm! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's on! Mega... You're mine! It's over! Eat dirt!
Boom, boom.
Not on my watch! Firmament Wrecker!
You're mine!
Arrow Wall!
Stop.
Lightning Thrust!
Thunderblade!
Hurrah!
Illuminate the blah blah blah
Come on, Law.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me. Armor won't save you.
Gitu dia.
Here I come! You're finished! Double demon fang! Try harder!
In a bind.
Raining slash! Double...
Ooh. Easy peasy.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, kirain menemukan sesuatu.
You know, Tystlim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here. Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
With all my flawless skin.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion. Then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Tystlim from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Oke, sepertinya Pelegion itu adalah tempat di mana ibu kotanya Ganath Haros.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Dan ada apakah di sini? Tidak ada. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, the Zeugles. They've got huge arm. When they use smash water, get these big surfer. They do that to stun the fish.
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Let's
Okay.
see what we can do.
Great job.
Fishing friends, fishing fiends. Oke, nanti kita akan telusuri.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Mahavar gone missing.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Kaptennya ya.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean?
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he
Interesting.
might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened, whether he's alive or otherwise. We've exhausted all the avenues available to us.
Fine. Let's get going.
Interesting. Tystlim.
Tystlim was founded by
Tystlim.
Ganon's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense.
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Oke, Kisara sekarang ya jadi tokoh inspiratif. karena si Alven sekarang lagi halu deh. Dah tak ada lagi hut-hut. Shinefall Woods, a lush woodland that benefits from abundant
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
hiking through the jungle.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy.
Oh,
And don't get
ini
me
kayak
started on the
tropical ya.
insects.
Jadi
You hanging
lembab
in there,
dia.
Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Ooh. White bandage.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
I can feel my fire growing. Oke, Mungkin kita perlu ke sini tapi fast travel. Aduh.
What's up?
Lagi.
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy.
But what about Shion?
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured.
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while.
A little bit.
The fast travel? No? Yes, dapat fast travel.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
And we need to cook as well. Let's see. Heal HP after battle. Used to.
Huh. I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Oh, ternyata lanjut story-nya. Gue menyesal ternyata.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Ngapain sih Sephiroth ini?
Okay.
Okay.
We cleared them out.
Yes.
Really love to fish though. Nothing beats going out and casting a trusty rod.
Really?
You what? They prefer fish in bulk. Mereka pakai jaring juga.
Dohalim.
You got a real keeper for yourself, friend. Anyway, thanks for your help with them ape zoogles. Now we can fish in peace again. Ah, lumayan. 1.800 gold.
Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Oke, mari kita pergi sejenak ke Old Forest. Gue nggak bisa pergi pas travel. Why is that? Masa gue udah bisa ke Old Forest dari sini? Mungkin nggak bisa dari situ kali ya. Cukup aneh. Oh, gue ngerti. Saat ini sepertinya kita nggak bisa keluar dari... Oh ya, nggak bisa keluar dari Ganath Haros. Gue ngerti. Ya, kena plotnya lagi begitu ya. Dan itu artinya kita nggak bisa ke range juga untuk saat ini. Alright. Ya sudah, untuk kali ini saya akan sudahi terlebih dahulu untuk sesi recording kali ini. Dan thanks for watching. Jangan lupa untuk klik like dan subscribe channel ini. Dan kalau misalkan kalian suka dengan konten-konten saya, supaya saya tambah semangat untuk menyebarin konten lebih banyak lagi, dan konten ini bisa tersebar juga ke lebih banyak orang di seluruh jagat YouTube. Oke, thanks for watching and see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.